Hey everybody, Dave, Blue Jacket 66 here for another video. It's nighttime here in St. Louis on Tuesday night. You know what I like doing at night? Well, instead we're going to talk about baseball cards. And I was watching John, the Mangini collection, the other night, and he had a video on the, quote, rarest Cobb, or question mark rarest Cobb. I've called some of my videos, I remember I've had one, the rarest Clemente, the rarest Nolan Ryan, and they're not, but it brings up good conversation. And his was on the question mark, the rarest Cobb. And it's not the rarest Cobb, but it's a fantastic Cobb. And he showed a 1910 orange border Ty Cobb. Ultimately rare, and I agree with him 100%. Very, very rare card, and he showed a beautiful example. And that got me thinking, hey, he mentioned that PSA just graded one, wasn't sure about SGC, but very few, and they're very, very rare. And I messaged on his that I have one too, and I thought I'd show it, and so that's what I'm going to show now. So these early candy issues are extremely interesting. We're not sure, we don't know what was going on in the 40s and 50s. Some of my regional issues, the Stallmeyer, how were these issued and whatnot, let alone these bizarre and ultimate rare candy issues, which were made by little candy companies or even mom and pop places back in the right after the turn of the century. But the 1910 orange border set, and there is a set, but who knows how many in the set, they're so rare, are actually pictures that are off of a candy box. I'm going to show you some pictures of the candy box that I have, and then we'll show you these cards, which are fascinating. And I, again, if you don't have a standard catalog of vintage baseball cards, you need to get one. So under the 1910 orange borders, and I'm just going to read it because there's some factual information here. Known as the hobby as the orange borders, these 1.5 by 2 7/16 cards were issued in 1910 and printed on candy boxes that displayed the words "The American Sports and Candy and Jewelry." And the end flap of the box said the producers was George Davis Company and the P.R. Warren Company. And it says, evidently on this box, it says it includes 144 leading ball players. Well, at least of the printing in this is not the most recent printing. This is probably 10 years old or so. There's really just 33 different known examples of this. Matter of fact, a set of this quote-unquote complete set, but who knows how many are in the sets. I don't know how they can call it complete, sold this year at one of the major auctions. But anyway, one of the team cards was found on each box with a player card and the other side, similar to the four-bat of baseball bat cards. Baseball bat is another turn-of-the-century candy box that is, I think, is very, very much more rare than the orange borders. And matter of fact, there was a Cobb in REA that went, it's the only known example. I bid on it and I completely blew that whole auction. I think that ended up going for like $4,500 or so. So anyway, it lists 31 players here with 2 team cards. One's the American League champions, Detroit, and the National League champions, Pittsburgh. So, the players at that time, but I'm going to say some of the stars that are in it. Ty Cobb, Lajoie, Mathewson, Plank, Speaker, and there's a couple Honus Wagner, one batting and one portrait. So we're going to look at what the heck this box looks like of these cards. I'm going to turn the camera around. Then I'm going to show you the 2 that I own. And the Cobb is rare, but the other one I have is much more rare and the highest graded example. So let's look at these candy boxes first. Okay, I'm just going to do this handheld, so it may be shaky. So on the left is a blown up picture of a candy box of these orange borders. And on the side of the box, it says American Sports. And then on the top, it says this is one of a set of 144 leading ball players. And it's Art Devlin on it, on that box. These boxes have got to be insanely rare. Now here's another picture, internet picture of an intact box. It says American Sports, and it again says about the 144 players. And there's the National League champions. Pirates, there's Wagner there. I knew this was going to happen. And here's another picture of the same box showing kind of a flap. I guess it would be the bottom of this box, saying it says candy and jewelry, open and examine before purchasing. So that's what you got. Who knows what kind of candy were there in there? I'm sure they weren't chocolates. They were probably some sort of, well, I don't know, some hard candy or mints or something like that. And who knows how many you got in that box, but is that crazy or what? I think it is. So let's look at a couple of these issues. Sorry, got dogs walking around. These are insane. This is my Cobb. Full orange borders. PSA has graded one of these, only one. SGC is graded 10. 4 of them he's graded authentic. 3 of them a 1. 2 2s and 1 a 6. They should all say hand cut on it. This is a pour. Why it's pour, I don't know. The back, of course, we're inside of a candy box. But there's, you know, this is just like an intact, no pinholes, no wrinkles, no nothing. I don't know why they say it's a pour, but it doesn't really matter, especially, you know, with these hand-cut cards, you can't really go by the grade. You got to go, what does it look like? Okay. So my other one I have, you know, this is crazy. I'm a Matheson collector, and this is the 1910 Orange Border Christy Matheson. And you're not going to see many of these. PSA doesn't even recognize that a Matheson exists. On their checklist and their registry, there are 0, and Matheson isn't even listed. SGC has graded 4 of these. They've graded 1 as authentic, 2 as poor, and this is the highest grade known to man, and an SGC 3. So between PSA and SGC, 4 Mathesons are graded. This is the highest, a 3. Why is it a 3? I don't know. You know, it's got a clean back. So let's, let me see if I can do this. I'm kind of doing the handheld here. So there they are. The 1910 orange borders, hand-cut cards. Christy Matheson, insanely rare, 4 known copies. This is the highest graded. And the Ty Cobb. I would love to get one of the Wagners. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and thanks for John Mangini for bringing this card up. Check out his video. His video is just a few days ago, and it's called The Rarest Cobb. And it's a great video, and check out his channel because everything that he brings up is crazy beautiful. And he has a lot of pre-war vintage stuff that you will not see unless you check out his channel. Thanks for watching.